Assalamu alaikum, and thanks for being here today. We're here to announce Shaheen's lawsuit against Fast Trak Management, a company that disregarded federal law and chose not to hire her because of her faith, as well as because she requested an accommodation to pray. Shaheen is going to tell us about what happened, and then Zaina will tell us about why it's illegal. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Shaheen, spelled S-H-A-H-I-N. Last name Indorwala, spelled I-N-D-O-R-E-W-A-L-A. So what happened was last year in September, I applied to Fast Trak for a junior management position, and I was called in for an interview, after which I was called in for a second interview because the first one went well. I was interviewed by assistant manager Josie, and she took me to a nearby apartment complex outside of the office to conduct the interview. Everything was going well. It lasted about 15-20 minutes, and then she explained to me the roles, the hours, how to progress within the company, and she said that there would be a 2-hour lunch break, to which I said, that's kind of a long lunch break, but is it possible for me to take a shorter lunch break and instead take 5 minutes throughout the day to pray? And I asked her for two 5-minute prayer breaks, which would amount to 10 minutes total, because I pray 5 times a day in accordance with my sincerely held religious beliefs. And she promptly ended the interview. She said, that's not going to work. We have fixed hours here. So I said, okay. And as we were walking back to the office, I thought, why don't I talk to somebody else in charge? Maybe they'll be able to help me out. So we were at the front desk in the office, and the CEO, Ramses Gavilondo, he was at the front desk, and I talked to him. I asked him, so basically the assistant manager, she handed him my resume, and she said the hours don't work for her. And it was kind of like he already started looking over my paper and marking stuff up. So I quickly asked him that, do you think you can accommodate my 5-minute prayer breaks? And instead, I'm willing to take a shorter lunch break. And he said, what? And I repeated myself very calmly. I thought he just simply didn't understand. But the way he was asking me, the way he said what was also very condescending. And I said, well, because of my religion, I have to pray 5 times a day. And 2 of those prayers are going to happen within the hours of the work that you guys told me, because it was from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., I believe. And I would have at least 2 to 3 prayers that I would have to pray. So I asked him, can you guys accommodate me? And I'm willing to take a shorter lunch break. And he said, religion, we don't want that here. And then he pointed to my headscarf, and he was making all sorts of like hand movements and becoming very loud. And I was still like calm. I was just trying to explain to him the situation. And he was just like, religion, we don't want that here. We don't want these religious shenanigans here, I was shocked, and there were other people around me. There were other employees. There were other interviewees there, and I just felt very humiliated. But first, I was just shocked. I think it took me a while to even let it like sink in. I was like, am I really being made fun of for my religion in public, in a professional, what is supposed to be a professional workplace? So I had tried to explain to him to the best of my ability, but clearly I was being discriminated against because of my religion. So I just kind of left it at that. He made some X's on my paper, on my resume, and that was it. I just kind of quietly left the office. I didn't want to create a scene or anything, but I was pretty hurt and pretty embarrassed. That's pretty much what happened. Yeah.
Zaina, an attorney with her office, is going to present next.
Hello, my name is Zaina, spelled Z-A-N-A-H. My last name is Galawanji, spelled G-H-A-L-A-W-A-N-J-I. Yesterday we filed a lawsuit on behalf of Shaheen against Fast Trak. Fast Trak clearly discriminated against Shaheen on the basis of her religious beliefs. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act prohibits employers from discriminating against individuals on the basis of religion and other protected classes. And moreover, employers are required to accommodate applicants and employees with regards to their sincerely held religious beliefs, as long as that does not pose an undue burden on their office operations. Shaheen was given a very large lunch break, about 90 minutes to 2 hours, and she requested to shorten that lunch break and take only 2 5-minute prayer breaks, 2 5-minute prayer breaks don't pose any type of burden on an employer. Those breaks can be taken in a private area without disturbing anyone. They can be taken on the side. They're predetermined, and so she would know at what time she was required to take those breaks. Fast Trak has absolutely no basis for what they did, and they were very clear in the fact that they refused to hire Shaheen because she requested those breaks.
What Fast Trak did here was illegal. It was a complete disregard of a federal law passed decades ago to protect an employee's right to practice their faith in the workplace, and we intend to hold Fast Trak accountable. Thank you.